Hello Fairview Tigers, and welcome to another episode on the Speaking of Fairview YouTube channel, a channel dedicated to sharing with you what's up with the Tigers as they focus on academics, athletics, arts, and acts of service. I'm Corey McCall.
And I'm Anna Januso.
And today's episode will be called Fairview Arts and Communication Academy, as we will be interviewing Mrs. Hitt, the advisor of FHS's Arts and Communication Academy. Here's our interview with her.
So for our first question, because it's one of the newer academies that Fairview offers, could you describe the Arts and Communications Academy?
So the Arts and Communications Academy strives to find opportunities for students to explore their interests in the arts or in communications by pairing them with organizations or mentors to help them meet their needs.
And so for our next question, what careers would the Arts and Communication Academy help prepare a student for?
So we probably have the most extensive listing of careers possible. You know, on the surface, you know, there's acting, creative writing, newspaper reporting, but we could even go as diverse as entertainment law, news production, anything in the communication or arts field.
So that would that include like a host of like a show, like a late night host or something like that?
Yes.
Like Jimmy Fallon, like
Yes, or a tech person, you know, I
Yeah.
want to do lights, or I want to know about costume design or hat design, or writing the material. All of that falls under this. It's huge. You could go anywhere with it.
Yeah, and then kind of going off, this is a general question, but what experiences would a student have in this particular academy?
Well, they would have an experience tailored to what they're interested in, but unfortunately, because of the past really year and a half, like we've been shut down. And reaching out even to different organizations trying to find opportunities for our students, everyone's like, they either don't return my calls or they're like, yeah, I can't help you. So right now we're trying to help everyone in-house by having students take an active role in casting and directing and costume design for the little bit of theater we have been able to accomplish this year.
And then we know that like you said, the academy has been like kind of hard to start because of the pandemic, but do you know like what requirements a student would need to like have to be in the academy or just even stay in the academy?
So they need to obviously express interest in some aspect of the arts or communication, and to stay in the academy right now, well, we have been struggling. We have been meeting, I've been sharing with them articles, newspaper articles, entertainment industry articles, so that they are at least keeping a pace with what's happening in the entertainment industry. You know, I mean, we've had Broadway shut down, and there's been a lot of information written about that, so we are trying to stay current, and it's something.
And this is kind of similar to, what classes would you encourage members of the Arts and Communication Academy to take? Like, it could be electives too.
Well, so obviously if you're a writer, you need your English classes, and then you would want to take creative writing. You would probably want to take public speaking. You'd probably want to take theater. But, you know, arts doesn't have to just be performing arts. You know, like say you're a ceramicist and you're in the Arts Academy. So you would take ceramics, or say you're a visual, drawing and painting. It's again a wide spectrum. So it's an individual case-by-case analysis.
And then you kind of already touched on this, but how has the pandemic affected the academy? Like you said, it was hard to get started, and
It's crushed us. The pandemic has absolutely crushed us. No one wants us. No one wants to talk to us. No one wants us to be involved with them. I am hopeful that over the summer, if vaccines go well, that I will be able to find some opportunities for my students.
Yeah, we kind of have a similar experience because we were in the health and science, and we were supposed to get like we were supposed to get like mentors in the medical field, and we obviously, because of the pandemic, the doctors are just so overwhelmed, so it just came to a stop, and we haven't been able really to do anything.
You've been
So
on pause too. So.
Yeah.
And then in future years, what do you hope students will get out of the academy?
I hope, my dream is for when they finish their academy experience at the high school, no matter what it is, whether it's writing or performing or creating, visual, whatever path they choose to go down, they're going to have a portfolio of experiences or a portfolio of work that will accelerate them or enhance what they choose to do next. I see most people going on to a university experience, but if they can have this just in their backpack of experiences that they bring to university, well, oh, I've already done that, and oh, I've already done that. They can unpack all this great stuff that other people have not done, and it'll give them just that little advantage.
Yeah, this is actually our last question, so thank you very much for doing this interview.
You're welcome.
This is now the end of the show, so to wrap up, if you are a FHS student, please think about if you would like to join this academy. Finally, I would like to give a big thank you to several people and apps that have helped make this podcast possible, especially our honors public speaking teacher, Mrs. Stevens, our principals, Dr. Lane and Mr. Bell, for giving us the opportunity to make this type of project, the app iMovie for enabling us to put together this podcast, including allowing us to use its music, our interviewee, and you for listening to this podcast. I'm Ann Januso.
And I'm Corey McCall.
On the Speaking of Fairview YouTube channel. I hope you'll join us next time for another episode as we continue to highlight the academics, athletics, arts, and acts of service here at Fairview High School.